Hey guys, it's Greg. This is not the video that I wanted to make. I'm sick of making update videos, and I am tired of making videos with my phone because the damn computer, I don't know what's going on with it. I'm going to have to probably reinstall everything. Um, First of all, I want to tell everyone thank you so much for all the well wishes and thoughts and prayers on the last video. I tried to heart them so that you know that I see them. I haven't replied. Um, right now, I've got some issues, so uh, and I'm going to rant about that. Government-run healthcare. I don't know if I'm looking at the camera or okay. I'll just look at this little dot here, see if that works. Government-run healthcare. On May the 5th, and the reason I know the date's because I went to the ER the next day, which was the 6th. Now, in my entire adult life, probably since I was 20 years old or younger, I have been to the ER maybe 4 times, and 2 of those have been in the last month. And basically, the ER is fucking useless. Um, Government-run healthcare. Medicare with a WellCare Advantage plan. This is what you have to do. Okay, now I'm outside, by the way, so if you hear wind and I'm in a direct path for the landing of planes, so if you hear planes, I apologize. Um, Government-run healthcare. On May the 5th, I've been over to pick up a shoe, hurt my back, and I'm pretty sure now that it's a nerve deal. You know, I've had a sciatic nerve act up on the left side once before, and this is on the right side. The difference is the first time it went straight down my leg. It felt like somebody put a taser on my hip and went, shot a bolt of lightning down my leg. This is, son of a bitches. This is not like that. Um, it's moving. It's going from my back to my hip to my groin to my leg. And the problem is, one thing, it's my fault because I haven't changed doctors. My doctor is retiring this year. He's already what I consider 4/5 retired. He works 1 day a week out of 5. So, and he carries a full patient load. Anyway, I saw him on the 4th. He sent me to physical therapy. He finally did x-rays on the 4th of June. And I did, the ER didn't do any x-rays. They didn't do shit. The doctor finally did x-rays. He said he saw some arthritis, but that's not what the problem is. So everything came to a head yesterday. Now, what I'm about to say is, I need you to understand that this is not a truthful threat. It's not a serious threat. It's just the only thing that I could think of that I had leverage on to get something done. Because I went to the doctor yesterday. I couldn't walk. My mom had to come take me to the doctor. Anyway, I get in there and I'm not seeing my doctor because, of course, he's not there. I'm seeing somebody else, somebody I've never even met. Well, the nurse comes in. She's a bitch. Just plain out simple. First thing she says is, "We don't treat chronic pain here." I told her I was not here for pain medication. I'm here to get something done. Okay, an MRI. We have that technology, but then she goes on to say that we have to exhaust all variables that the insurance company requires. Now, I understand that the doctor's hands are tied, but you don't have to be a smartass about it. So, when she said that, I told her, I said, well, okay, first of all, let's get the leeches and the bloodletting in here. Let's get that shit out of the way. Number one, she didn't have a clue what the hell I was talking about. Talking about medieval shit. Uh, I told her I was not there for pain medication. I just need to get something done. And yesterday everything come to a head. The only thing I had for leverage was this. I told her, look, either you're going to do something today or I'm going to do something today. I'm not going to live like this anymore. If I leave out of this office without you setting me up with somebody, then just forget about it because I'm going home. I'm going to take care of it myself. Now, of course, I'm not suicidal, just using it for leverage. Now, and I was talking to Matt last night, and I told him, he said, like, you're going to wind up in a psych ward. uh, hell, maybe I want, I don't know, maybe I need to be in the psych ward. Anyway, the, the whole thing is ridiculous. And this is what people want. They want government run healthcare. Are you out of your mind? Ask anybody that's on Medicare how that shit works, and nobody would want that. Okay, hopefully, sometime this week, I'm gonna get a call from an orthopedic surgeon, which I'm not looking for surgery. I just want the fucking MRI. Pardon my language. Uh, Secondly, I've been staying in touch with Matt. Uh, I mean, he knows of what's going on. He knows about the condition and all. The thing is, I was trying to get the Volkswagen ready for the bug show in Tennessee. May the 3rd, I should have been in Tennessee, but we couldn't get the engine done in time. The head, it did more damage than the pushrod tubes and the rocker arms. When we spun it over, we had compression, so we knew we were good. But once we put everything together, the head had this massive hole in the uh, Volkswagen engines are air cooled, and even the head has like the fins, and there was this massive hole there. And then once we pulled the head off, there's this. It just burnt the shit out of it. So had to have somebody that in Easley, which is about 30 or 40 minutes away. He took a set of stock uh, heads for a 1600 dual port and bored them out, honed them to 92 millimeters, which is the 1914 cc engine that's on the bug. So the set of heads was $500. Anyway, um, he sent a video to me. My buddy's been working on this for me. I haven't been able to do anything. So he's been working on it for me. And he sent a video by the phone 2 or 3 days ago where he had it on the engine stand and he fired it up and everything sounded great. So I should have it back soon. Of course, I've got to pay Leland for his time and all his work and everything. He's, a good guy. If you happen to be in upstate South Carolina and you have a Volkswagen and you need something done, I recommend 4-Speed Customs, which is Leland Cox, and uh, you can't go wrong with Leland. Also, I saw that the Cure was inducted into the um, Hall of Fame, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I just found this out just a few days ago. But I've been listening to Disintegration a lot. Um, Disintegration is one of those albums that it's timeless, it's a classic, and it kind of got lost in the mix. Um, if you do not own the Cure Disintegration, then you're missing. You're missing out. Very deep, very deep, deep music. I mean, it's to me the Cure the Disintegration. That album to me is it's the same thing as Dark Side of the Moon and The Wall and uh, Houses of Holy and Led Zeppelin 4 and all the other the things that we look at and we know that they're not. It's not this bubblegum pop bullshit. You know, it, you know, it's not about I lost my boyfriend and somebody Taylor Swift and all that horse shit. Um, it came out in '89. My theory on why it got lost was because Guns N' Roses came out in '87 with Appetite for Destruction, and then they made uh, their next album, and then the Spaghetti Incident and all of that crap, which I like. Don't get me wrong. Um, at the same time, we're switching to Pearl Jam, Nirvana. Uh, Tool came out at that time. You had Metallica with the Black Album, um, which is another great album. It Disintegration just got lost in the mix. Now, if you aren't aware, if you're under 45 and you know you're not aware of how we used to buy our music. The way we used to buy our music was there was um, a music store that sold albums, CDs, cassettes at the mall. Now I had a good buddy that worked there. His name was Brian, and about 3 or 4 weeks, 2 3 weeks before the release of any album, they always got some kind of cassette or a CD or something they played through the store with the songs. And Brian was Brian was great because I would take he would get me back then they had posters of like the album covers. And here comes a plane. He would get me posters, and I didn't put them in these normal poster frames. I would go out shopping and find these antique style frames, these big thick things, and have glass cut, and I would put the posters in those, and I had those hanging in my room. I don't even know whatever happened to all of those. Uh, I had one of my favorite was I had this nice cherry antique wooden frame that was real thick, and I had to cut the poster to fit it, but it was the Trooper, Iron Maiden where Eddie has the British flag. That was one of my favorites as far as poster wise. But back to the Cure and Disintegration. Uh, the same deep water as you is shit, man. I'm a lyric guy. Uh, Matt and I talk a lot about that. Matt's more into the music. He just feels it. He doesn't really do the lyrics. Um, I'm a lyric person. To me, that's poetry. I'm that weird kid that in high school. Well, well, shit. Some of you will know what I'm talking about. Used to have to bring the projector in, and they had an album, a vinyl, and it would say "Start Here" and the projector. But they would bring in old BBC versions of Shakespeare, and I was that weird kid that loved that shit. Hamlet, Mel Gibson Hamlet is on Prime right now. Of course, I own it, but I can quote that word for word. Um, I don't know. Call me weird. I don't know. I just I dig the lyrics. To me, the lyrics are poetry put to music, especially when you start looking at Pink Floyd and especially Pink Floyd. One of the ones that I've been looking at recently is High Hopes, and it seems to be like um, almost like we are, where we know that we're on a different road. We look back, and of course, the song talks about you see the embers of the burning bridges, and the grass was greener on the other side, and uh, at a different altitude, you see the difference. Listen to High Hopes. Read the lyrics. You don't even listen to the song, but the song is great. Um, there's a ragged man that follows us, follows in our footsteps as we leave the myriad of tiny creatures trying to tie us to the ground, consumed by slow decay. To me, that's where we are. We're the uh, take a step forward and sleepwalking back again. Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm rambling. So, uh, anyway, this is not the video that I want to make. I want to get back to the other videos, but right now it's just that um, dealing with what I'm dealing with is just having problems, and I am sick of doing these update videos. Um, I want everyone to know that I do read all the comments. I go through the comments on Matt's videos. Um, and I've gotten to where I hardly comment at all anymore. Um, I just enjoy the conversation that's happening. I'm not necessarily participating in it, just observing. Uh, until I can get this straightened out, and this damn computer is aggravating. It's, I don't know, every time I try to record, it wants to start jamming up, slowing up. So I've got to do something about it. Anyway, that's where I'm at, guys. Sorry for having to make another one of these, and damn, it's 20 minutes long, and I've been rambling. Uh, anyway, all right, guys. You know, the way I feel right now, I don't think I've meant this any more now than I can say it now and mean it and really mean it. Take care of yourselves, um, and try to be good to others. You never know what they're going through. You don't know what they're suffering through. You don't know what their problems are. Um, so, take good care of yourselves. Try to take care of yourself, and please try to be good to others. Uh, you know, the there's I don't know who it was. It was a link that Matt sent me. This guy was talking about every time that you uh, cuss or curse or however you want to say it, or have a negative energy about you, you draw these entities to you. And, the negative energy, they feed off of that. So this guy was supposedly a Rothschild or somehow connected, and I don't know. But if you try to stay positive, and because I told Matt, I said, shit, I'm glad I drive an SUV, because if there's entities that are, getting involved with me, when I get on the road, I get so aggravated, I start cussing these idiots out. These entities are riding shotgun, and they're having to sit in the back seat, in the back and whatnot, and maybe on top. I don't know, because I let it fly. But try to appreciate everything around. That's why I'm outside. I'm looking at, everything that's out here. Try to appreciate it. Take care of yourself. Please be good to others. Be good to animals. Um, Try to be positive. Um, we're in this messed up world. We know that it's messed up. And I don't think that there's anything that we can do to change anything. It's like finally coming to a realization that, look, there's no point in even debating some, like the guy that Matt was talking about in the snarky video. To me, that guy is like our valedictorian was in school. She was extremely book smart, but she had no common sense, no simple logic skills, nothing. I think I left a comment that she was the type that, and I had classes with her, so uh, Kathy was the type that was extremely smart. I mean, amazingly smart. Yet, if the teacher came in and said we were going to be taking a test and you need a number 2 pencil, she would actually probably be the type that would pull 2 pencils out. She didn't have that common logic. Even though she, could recite, whatever. You ask her this, she could tell you. You ask her that, she could tell you. It doesn't matter. She was just that intelligent. Yet, she didn't have that simple, basic, common sense logic. Now, to me, those people are like the guy in the other video. they are, I don't know, maybe it's the frequency thing. They modulate on a completely different frequency, and everybody just lives their lives. They know that the government takes 40% of their pay. They don't care. They just do it. They pay their taxes. They live their lives. They're caught up into this materialism. They caught up into um, this ideology of what life is supposed to be. We are not like that. Yet, I don't think there's anything we can do to change it. So we just have to make the best of, at least with the information we have now. We just have to make the best of the situation we have. So, um, anyway, everyone that commented on the last video and the last few videos, and I mean, it's no secret that I'm having health issues. So, I really appreciate all of your prayers, your well wishes, and thoughts, and I do see all of that. Even though I don't, comment back, it's not that I don't care. I just right now, it's just too much, and I know that there's 15 comments. I could I could say the same thing to everybody. I just That's hypocritical to me. I just put the heart there so that you know that I do know you saw it, that I saw it, that I care. It does matter what you say. Um, and I don't know of anything else to say. I had my rant on social or Medicare and social government run healthcare. I wanted to tell you about The Cure, Disintegration, because that is one album, and I suggest you go, you buy it in vinyl, um, just to get that experience. So, but, I don't know. I'm rambling again, and it's been 27 minutes now, so I apologize for that. I could have probably said everything I've said in probably 10 minutes, but I don't know how to. Once I start talking, I don't know how to stop. Uh, okay, guys, please take care of yourself. Please be good to others. Be good to animals. Be good to your plants. Be good. You know, don't walk by a plant and say it needs water and not water it. I don't know. Just appreciate what is here. We can't really change much, at least not right now. I don't think, with the information we have. The OA, by the way, if you're Netflix, if you have Netflix, the OA, you have to kind of suffer through the first part of it. The second part explains everything, and I'm stuck on it. I can't get off of it. I've been laying in bed watching the OA. I've already watched all of one. I'm up to about episode 4 or so of the second part, and it is a major truth drop to me. Could explain the Mandela effect. Could explain a lot of things. Um, just from the information that's in it that I've seen. Um, and I'm keeping in touch with Matt. I talk with Matt about every other day or so. Um, I'm trying to contribute, um, even though I'm not making videos. I'm trying to contribute. I'm trying to help with him. To when I have some kind of crazy thought, I'll call him and bounce it off of him. And one day, maybe he and I should record our phone conversations if I can figure out how to do that. and maybe he can play it or we can play it. Uh, we have awesome conversations. All right, guys, take care of yourself. Please be good to everyone else. Uh, Take care, guys.